I really, really agree about the goal motivation conflict and having a full-fledged side characters. If you have a named character that is like a sidekick or even appears multiple times throughout, I really, really urge everybody to create goal motivation conflict for them. And when I teach, I usually go into like the wound, the fear, the lie, the truth. And because I am also coming from a romance world like you, the a thing as a series of standalones is a very common thing. So you never know. Sometimes you plan on purpose your series and you know who the next character is, but sometimes you don't always know. And then some of those characters, or the side characters, if you have good motivation conflict, and especially in serialized fiction, when you really don't know what's going to happen in the future, but then the reader's like, "Oh my God, I love this side character." Because they're so developed, because you did think about goal motivation conflict for them, and then they become a primary character for a next book, for another book. And I think especially for people who are pantsers or like discovery writers or closer to that side of the spectrum, and who are like, I don't want to plot anything, I don't care about structure, I want to discover. I think understanding your characters and your premise, if you have those two things, that is going to have enough of a story engine to get you forward, and not to like have a saggy middle and all of those things, even if you're not friends or particularly interested in plotting and structure, because those are really big, important components. And one more thing that came to mind when you were talking is, I recommend this, and I always give this example everywhere. I feel like I've said this a million times. I took a songwriting class a couple of years ago. And one of the exercises that they did that I now do and recommend everybody doing is, they give you a couple of songs, then you dissect them, and then they say pick one song or the other, and then create a song that is exactly the same as that song in structure and all of the like line lengths and what's going on. So you're going to come up with your own lyrics, you're going to come up with your own music, but structurally and by line, it's going to be exact copy of the song that you pick. So you're trying to recreate and create that kind of a muscle that you practice with. So a good exercise is to take an episode, or even like with K dramas, a 16 episode series, because you said it does mimic very closely, a lot closer to a romantic novel structure, and write your own thing, but try to follow what is going on in that episode or in that series. Like, have the same number of characters, have, understand like what are the beats or what are their motivations, and use the same things. And it's such a cool practice tool.